Everybody, welcome back to KeKe Loves Nigeria. On this episode of KeKe Loves Nigeria, I want to talk to y'all about something that has really got me bothered. Okay? Bothered. So, after receiving several comments on my YouTube channel, on my video from one of Veronica's relatives, her niece. After receiving those comments, and going back with her in the comment section, I'm thinking she wants to know, the information I have about what happened to her aunt. I want to share with her the information I have, and I also want to share with her, how to get in touch with the embassy there and how to, see if there can be some type of investigation, although it's probably too late because, she's been gone for so long. I can give her this information and her and her family can, make some moves to try to get some answers. So I tell her to please email me, so I can give her this information. Well, y'all, she emailed me, but in the email, she totally flips the script. And then in my videos, honey, she flipped the script in the videos. All right, but y'all know who she been talking to. Sisters International. And this email she sent me, it was not about Veronica and, finding out the truth, getting the information that I have, and finding out how they can start an investigation and how they can do some things to find out information. It wasn't about that, y'all. This email was to defend Sisters International and basically to tell me that I need to leave them alone because they were nice to her aunt and her cousins when they came there. And that I'm just messing with them for no reason. And I'm using Veronica's passing as a tool to expose them. Expose them? Those were her words. Why would I need to expose them unless they're doing something that needed to be exposed, ma'am? So let's check out this email. Because y'all know I'm going to bring it to y'all. Y'all know I'm going to bring it straight to y'all. Straight with no chaser. So this is my response to this email, because this email is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, peace, KeKe. That's my nickname, by the way. I trust that all is well with you. My name is, I'm going to blank out her real name, and I am Veronica's niece. My mom is her sister. I was forwarded one of your videos on YouTube by my mom. Now stop right there, y'all. She was forwarded one of my videos. So they don't know anything about me. They don't know anything about my channel. They don't know anything about the repat community. They don't know anything about this repat journey. But they were forwarded one of my videos. And we know who forwarded them that video. Sisters International. Let's finish. And what was the purpose of forwarding them my video? Because they wanted to tell this family that, she's using your aunt's passing to attack us. And this little chickie wrote me with full intent on defending Sisters International instead of finding out how she can get answers about her family members passing. Hey, y'all, I am not making this up. Let's finish reading this. Upon viewing your channel, I watched a few of your videos that pertain to my aunt's transition, and I left a few comments. I first want to say thank you for your condolences, and thank you for assuring that my aunt's voice is still being heard, her concerns and her activism. But most of all the love she had for the Gambia and its people. I saw your message to send you an email. So if you saw my message to send you an email, ma'am, you knew what I wanted you to email me about. to give you more information. It was not to be your friend. It was not to show you any hospitality. It was not to forward you any videos. It was to give you information about your aunt. In all transparency, I was a bit conflicted in whether I should proceed in doing so. Now, stop right there, people. If you want to know more about how your aunt passed away, now if you want to know more about what to do to get information, why would you be conflicted about emailing me when I told you what I wanted? I didn't tell you to email me because I want to kick it. I didn't tell you to email me because I want to be buddies. I told you exactly why I wanted you to email me. So, conflicted, I'm not sure why you would be conflicted. There's no conflict. If you truly want to know what happened to your aunt, I'm not sure where the conflict lies. But let's continue. I was conflicted in whether I should proceed in doing so. On one hand, it appears that you are concerned and want answers to the questions that we, her family, have as well. On the other hand, some of your responses in the comments left by your followers of your channel seem to contradict that. So she's saying, let's make sure we understand it. Some of my responses in the comment section contradicts that I want to know what happened to Veronica. Now that whole statement is a contradiction, because if I didn't want to know what happened to Veronica, ma'am, I wouldn't have made a video for you to comment on, ma'am. I wouldn't have made a series of videos for you to comment on, ma'am. So if I didn't care and if I wasn't concerned, there'd be no video in the first place, ma'am. So let's finish. It's a bit of a challenge to discern whether your intent is to genuinely provide awareness. She's had the nerve to say that it is what, y'all? It is a challenge for her to discern. She needs to discern the spirit of discernment to determine whether I am here to provide genuine awareness about her aunt's passing. Ma'am, I could care less about your spirit of discernment, and I could care less what you discern about me. What I care about is you discerning about them spirits that your aunt was communing with. How about that? Now let's finish. About my auntie and the other 2 black queens who have transitioned while living in the Gambia. Or if you are using this situation as an attempt to expose the Sister International group. Can y'all believe that? I'm doing all this to expose Sisters International. See, this lady don't know nothing about me. She don't know nothing about my videos. She don't know nothing about my journey. She don't know nothing. She just going by what Sisters International told her. And she telling on herself right now. Like I said, lady, they played you like a violin. Now you look like a fool. So let's finish. It's funny because I have no interest in the battling keyboard warriors. Ma'am, nobody's a keyboard warrior. I'm a YouTube content creator. I get paid to do this, ma'am. Let me continue. Do you get paid? Because you've been on my channel early morning hours, late days. Is Sisters International paying you to do this? I wish they would pay you to try to find out what happened to Veronica. That's what I wish they would pay you to do, instead of trying to make me leave them alone. over who Auntie truly was as a person. We don't really care about who she truly was as a person, ma'am. This is not about who she was as a person. This is about what happened to Veronica, not who she was as a person. And why Sisters International is trying to silence me, and why Sisters International sat on information that could have kept every woman safe in the Gambia. That's what this is about, man. I'm sorry, but it's bigger than you and your family. This is way bigger than just you and your family. Much bigger than you and your family. Let me finish. She says, Auntie, we could care less about her as a person. Like I said, what we care about is her suspicious death in the Gambia. I laugh because yes, she's trying to say she was a demanding, domineering, aggressive, in your words, an agitator. She absolutely was. But she was that in the U.S. She carried that same energy to the expat in the Gambia. And ma'am, that's what caused her problems, ma'am. That's what caused her problems, ma'am. You can't take that same energy that you have in America to the Gambia, ma'am. You gotta humble yourself in the Gambia, ma'am. That's why my channel is for educational purposes, ma'am. Because see, you don't even know that. You can't behave the way you do in America, in Africa, ma'am. But it's obvious you know nothing about Africa other than what Sisters International has told you. When she saw injustice, oppression, or shit that simply wasn't right, she stood on business. Really? Not in Africa. Because when you stand on business in Africa, things don't end well for you, ma'am. Look at the leaders who stood on business in Africa, and look what happened to them. Yeah. Once again, showing you know nothing about Africa. That's why my channel is for educational purposes, ma'am, because I'm educating you right now. Now let me finish with this lecture. So, in fact, her standing on business is one of the main things that catapulted her expat journey to the Gambia. And ma'am, that's a problem also. Nothing should catapult your journey. You should take your time. You should think things over before you go to Africa, ma'am. You can't just wake up and say, I'm going to Africa. Again, a sign. Veronica and you know nothing about Africa. You know nothing about who she was dealing with, what she was dealing with, and where she was dealing with it. You're showing your ignorance, ma'am. Now let me continue. I want to respond to your email, ma'am, so you can go back and tell Sisters International what I said. The Gambia, she did not approve of what was happening in the U.S. or with other people. Again, mind your own business. Take care of you. That ain't what God put you here for. Take care of your community. So this is happening in your community, so you run to somebody else's community and you try to heal that community instead of healing your own community? COVID left the United States devastated. There's plenty of work here to do, ma'am. There's plenty of work to do. So my question to you, ma'am, is why didn't you use those energies here? No one could love Africa more than me, ma'am. I've been there 13 times. I have 2 degrees where I've studied Africa. Nobody could love Africa more than me, ma'am. Nobody. But I'll never be a fool for Africa. I'll never be a fool for Africa. Ever. Now let's continue. My entire life, my auntie was a believer in Christ. She was divinely protected. Well, see, once again, you're showing your ignorance. God protects you. Long as you in line with his word. Long as you in line with what he's doing. He's having you do. Long as you walking in line with what he has for your life. But I don't care how much blood of Jesus you plead. I don't care how much body of armor you put on. If you're not walking in the will of God, ain't nothing gonna protect you. There's no protection for you. Continue. Her faith was everything to her, and she made sure anyone that she came in contact with knew that. Neither Islam nor Ifa were changing that. Okay. The type of passion and charisma that she possessed is simply incomparable. She had the purest heart, incredible sense of humor, and was a servant to her faith. But what does all that have to do with the information I want to share with her about what happened to her aunt? Nothing. Who was she trying to convince? Me or herself? All right, so let's finish. My auntie was not delusional or mentally unstable. She did not move to the Gambia looking for love, so I have no idea what the fuck the deal was with Jack. LOL. But if you were so close to your aunt, like you say you were, you would have known all about Jack. You would have known something was going on with Jack. She would have been telling you about the businesses. You would have been watching her YouTube channel. You would have known all about Jack. LOL. She did not move to the Gambia completely broke. No one said she did, ma'am. Who said she moved to the Gambia completely broke? No one. If you can say where someone said that, please show me that comment or timestamp that. Okay, where we said Veronica moved to the Gambia broke. She said she ran out of money in September. We didn't say that, ma'am. She did. My auntie Ronnie was not estranged from her family. Okay? Well, one of her friends said she was. And ma'am, I believe only one video she ever mentioned her family. Okay? My auntie Ronnie was not estranged from her family. Now listen to this. I mean, there were some who felt a way about her leaving the U.S., but reasonably so. So there was an issue between her and members of the family. I thought you just said there wasn't. So now we see who the keyboard warrior is here. Let's finish. She was not running from anything other than the oppression of the people of the diaspora in this country. So she ran from the oppression of the people in America to the oppression of the people in the Gambia without any social services to help. And that makes sense to you. Okay, let us continue. See, she definitely still had a Western culture mentality when she first moved there, as we would have several videos of her showing me the drastic difference in the Gambian way of life. As you can see from her YouTube videos, I saw your comments on early videos of hers. Okay, and if you would have watched my videos like you said you did, you would have seen that comment on the video I made about your aunt. I made that statement about that comment in my first video, ma'am. That comment is nothing I was trying to be ashamed of or to hide from you, ma'am. Let's see. Upon first arriving there, to her latter videos, that she learned to adapt. She learned to adapt, but she did not learn that you do not speak truth to power in Africa, especially when you're a woman in a Muslim country, a single woman in a Muslim country, and you're not even a citizen there, and you're not even making bank there, and you're not even calling shots there. You don't do that, ma'am. You have to have a lot of money to speak truth to power in Africa. You have to have a lot of money and a lot of power. Let's continue. She fell in love. So I would argue to say that she adapted. No, ma'am. I wouldn't say she adapted. Because if she would have adapted, she would have stopped. She would have changed her whole way of moving. She would have been hanging with the bumpsters, ma'am, if she would have adapted. She fell in love with the slower pace of life. See, here's the romanticism of Africa. And adjusted to the social normalization of poverty. How do you socially normalize poverty, people? How do you normalize poverty? I've been to Gambia 3 times and I can't never normalize that poverty that I see over there. But this lady who's never been to Gambia says that Veronica normalized the poverty. It allowed her to realize the false necessities that capitalism has caused many of us to think we need. Yeah, like lights, water, food, good roads, shelter, medicine, autopsies, so we know how we passed away, so we know the cause of death, tox screens, so we know if we were poisoned. Yeah, that type of stuff. That was the biggest romanticism about Africa, the poverty in Africa I've ever seen. I'm not attempting to paint my Auntie Ronnie as a perfect person, nor am I saying that her journey in the Gambia was without challenges. I am saying that she was divinely human. What is that, y'all? What is a divine human? I've never met a divine human. She truly loved the Gambia and felt that she had fulfilled her purpose being there. In her words, it was home, regardless of how it ended. Yeah, because nobody seems to be concerned about how it ended. They just seem to be concerned about my videos. Because you see here, she says, regardless of how it ended, she made sure that the last chapter in her life was on her terms and beautiful. Wow, y'all. So her house being broken into twice, and the last time that her house being broken into, she passes away unexpectedly, suspiciously, mysteriously. Sisters International says she died from an asthma attack. And no record of asthma attack. How does Sisters International know it was an asthma attack? How do they know the cause of death? So this was beautiful. This was beautiful. Wow. Her legacy deserves to be honored beyond this asinine assumptions or being a pawn used to retaliate against a group of women who embraced her as family. So Sisters International embraced her as family. So when she was in the Gambia with less than $20, where was her family? Where was Sisters International then? When she was 3 months behind in her rent and the landlord had to bring her money, where was her family, Sisters International, then? Where was her family, Sisters International, when she couldn't afford 20 dalasi, which is what, 10 cents for a piece of bread? Where was her family then? Sisters International, that you had to write me this essay to defend them. Regardless of how it ended, huh? Regardless of how she died. How dare you? How dare you go after Sisters International? Yeah, this is some sickness. So let's see. Let's continue. I don't know the Sisters International. Look, you don't know them. Beyond what I was told by her and a few of them reaching out to us after her transition. But I thought you said you didn't know anything about Sisters International. Well, if a few of them have been reaching out to you, then you do know Sisters International. And of course, their hospitality. When my cousins were there a few weeks ago, yeah, I seen they were partying, they was kicking it, they was having a great time. Yeah, I saw that. But unfortunately, I didn't see Sisters International. I didn't see Velma in any of the videos. I don't know who the other members are. Those are secrets. Oh, but I saw the other lady. But I'm not talking about them. I don't know. I'm not focused on them. I'm focused on Sisters International. I guess they're members, but we'll find out who all the members are soon. This email turned out longer than I intended. Yeah, it's a book. So my apologies. No. Apologize to your aunt that you're more concerned about Sisters International than you are about how she passed away in the Gambia. That you're more concerned about Sisters International than finding out who broke into her house twice. And on the second break-in, she passes away. Apologize to your aunt that you're not on that. And you're not writing books to the embassy like you're writing to me about Sisters International. But again, if your intent is to genuinely seek answers along with us, who is us? It certainly isn't Sisters International, because all they've done is try to silence me since day one. So who is us? Oh, your family? You and your family? But you haven't done any. You haven't even asked me about the information I have. All you're doing, ma'am, is defending Sisters International. You said regardless to how it ended. That means it doesn't matter how it ended. I need peace. What? I stand with you. Listen to this. No, I don't stand with you. I don't stand with, and you didn't even stand with your aunt. You're not even standing with her. I don't want you standing with me. I don't need you to stand with me, ma'am. Stand with Sisters International. That's who you continue to stand with. I stand with you, and I am completely open to receive. I need peace. Her children, grandchildren, and siblings need peace. Then quit writing me. Stay off my channel and write the embassy and ask them to please investigate and see what happened to your mother, your aunt, your sister. Leave me alone, ma'am. If you want peace, talk to the embassy. Quit talking to me. Again, although I am still a bit confused about the manner in which you are approaching it, I am in complete gratitude of you actually putting my Auntie Ronnie's story out there. Blessings. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with these people. I don't want nothing to do with these people. This was the craziest thing I ever read in my life. In my life, this was gaslighting, contradicting, insulting, minimalizing, and everything else. But I'm supposed to be boo-boo the fool and believe that she wants me peace and blessings, and she's thankful for what I'm doing. Lady, you just said I was lying. And now you write me this letter, this essay, scolding me. And now you're telling me, no, I don't want your blessings. I'm cool on you. So that's my response, y'all. I'm cool on Veronica's family. I'm cool on them. Every time they write on my page, I'm going to tell them, go talk to the embassy. Don't talk to me. Remember how we used to say, talk to the hand? I'm going to say, talk to the embassy. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. And unlike other people, it's not a money-making mission. All right? All right, that's all I have. Y'all drop y'all comments and tell me what y'all think. Can y'all believe this? Can y'all believe this woman wrote me this essay to defend Sisters International? Can y'all believe that? And then to say regardless of how it ended, so they don't even care. I'm just out. I'm just done. I'm done. I am done. I told y'all that's why the embassy does not investigate, because the families do nothing. And this lady had the perfect opportunity to ask me what did I know and how could I help and who should she turn to. But what did she do? She defended Sisters International and tried to make it seem like it was something wrong with me. And then at the end, going to try to peace and blessings. Keep them blessings. Keep all of that. All right, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. And y'all have a great evening.
You be by my side. I really love your composition. Yeah. Tomorrow, I never show, so I gotta go deep. Every time I lay down to sleep, I cannot get you out my dreams. Still you are the remedy. Girl, you on fire. Come and cool down in the way. Come and wine coco. Coco, they mean girl ain't coco. Coco, make the thing pop, pop. And nobody gonna make you stop. No way. Girl, you're causing confusion. Move your body like you come from St. Lucia.